on going there that we could be a part of. Oh, well, here we are in Cramond right now. So just right, like if the person taking this picture, which was me, would turn around 180 degrees, I'd be looking at the site where the lioness was pulled out of the water. So that's where we are right now. Tell us about this day.
Yes, that would have been a day that if you wore any shoes but walking shoes, you wouldn't have made it. So we were working with the archaeologist, and his name is
John Lawson. He's the third from right.
Yes. And so we went on this long riverside stroll, and he pointed out various sites of interest, and then talked a lot about his activities and efforts and his craft. And then we came down to this spot at the very end. Well, along the way, we actually stopped at a little, I don't know if it was a bistro, a little like
the cafe.
Yeah, and so we went in there and grabbed a couple of lemonades and little snacks and things like that. And I mean, it was just absolutely gorgeous. And we came down to here, and you could see the boats out there, little one person sailboats, and there was a bunch of geese or ducks flying around too. And it was a fantastic day. And then we all went back and had dinner that night too. So that was a lot of fun. That was a good day too.
Don't forget there was an ice cream truck at the pier when we were there. So we all had an ice cream, which is what I remember most of.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I remember most, the ice cream truck and getting that ice cream and kind of keeping it safe from the seagulls, who were they're not as bad here, like in this picture on Cramond, they're not as bad as they are in like Inverness, but they are still watching your every move.
In Inverness, Layla had a biscuit, a sandwich.
It was like a
she
tart.
was waving it around a little too.
I was
like
talking.
Too much. And then that just bird came right up and took it.
It was aggressive. I tried to fight it off because I'm a hand talker, and I was moving my hands and eating my tart at the same time. And this seagull just comes up and starts like dive bombing me for my tart. And at first I was like, no, you can't have this. I paid for this. And then finally, it just like after the 5th or 6th time that it went for my head, I just threw it. So be mindful. Watch a few Rick Steves episodes because he talks about the seagulls and how aggressive they are. Also make sure.
Don't pick your battles. Just give up.
Yes, just give it up. Also make sure for these beach days, you can see we're all wearing layers. So anybody going on these trips, like, it was really pretty and nice. You could do like a short sleeve shirt when you're walking around, but when you got to the water, it was much colder. It was very chilly near the water because that wind was coming off of it. So anything that you wear, make sure you have some type of top layer that's like windproof or that keeps you somewhat warm. Because even in June, July, it's going to be chilly if you go near the water or to different areas of Edinburgh or Scotland.
Well, let's talk a bit about the weather, because in Scotland in July, it's mostly in the 60s. It's partially rainy, partially sunny. It's not very humid. Sometimes it gets what they call hot, is what we would call like 70s, you know? And sometimes, like Layla said, like when you're near the bodies of water, you'll get all that breeze. We're right on the Firth of Forth here in this picture. And so, yeah, it was definitely cooler there than, you know, in the city. And when you climb up into higher elevations, it's colder as well. But for the most part, it is just like 20 or 30 degrees cooler than it is here in Tennessee at that time. So.
Oh yeah, and if we have a slide in the future, I might be jumping ahead. But when you go to the islands, when you go further north in Scotland, yes, you need to wear more than. You need to dress appropriately, because I even had a sweater that I bought just maybe a couple of days before, and I thought I'd be fine, and I was a little nippy.
Well, you know, you want to be able to buy yourself a new sweater in Scotland when you're there. It's part of the experience. They make obviously their own woolen sweaters. They're known for it. So if you get cold, you can just buy yourself a genuine Scottish wool sweater. All right, let's see what's next. Oh.